Whenever. I don't know if
Action.
all right, that's a better clap.
You just put a line item on your invoice that says therapy, $0.
Right.
Yeah.
Like free therapy, $0.
No, like,
Dads need love too. Stick with marketing.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
You did not do me proud.
there it is, the sad trombone. I'll be like blind after this. We were idiots too.
That's true.
Just no one recorded us. At that point, she's just like,
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot the camera was even here. I was just having a chat with my new bestie.
"Straight
Dried
guys
guys
out." Can't do it. Hi, I'm John.
And I'm John.
Together, we are the Stride
Stride
Guys.
Guys.
So today we're going to be talking about all kinds of things from the AEC industry, specifically from the home services, and how they can improve their marketing and as well as their business. We're going to learn about stories, maybe a few tiers. We'll see.
We're going to have a special guest. Erin from Ace Handyman is here to talk to us about her business and scaling it over the last few years. We're also going to do a little bit of time about ServiceTitan, which is a software program that she uses to help manage her business.
Yes, thank you, Erin, for being here. I appreciate it. And you want to take a couple minutes and tell us about who you are and Ace Handyman Services, and maybe a little bit of your story.
Sure. Thanks for having me. So I have been in this business since 2004. I started with my dad. We bought into a franchise that was originally called Handyman Matters. And 2015, I took the business over when we moved to Dairy Street in Harrisburg. And then in 2019, we added additional territory in Lancaster and York. Shortly after we did that, we found out that Ace Hardware was buying the franchise. So our name changed to Ace Handyman. My husband came into the business, and we've been expanding since then.
Nice. I didn't know that Handyman Matters was bought out by Ace.
Yes, they investigated franchises for about 10 years.
Wow.
And they were really impressed with our reviews. And actually, a lot of our reviews are higher than store reviews. So
I mean, it's
we
impressive.
kind of impressed them with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's great. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So I guess we'll talk quick about ServiceTitan, if that's okay with you. I mean,
Sure.
I know you all use ServiceTitan pretty exclusively at this point, right? Can you kind of give us a quick overview of like how you are using it and what it kind of encompasses?
Prior to us coming on board with ServiceTitan, they weren't really using it in the handyman industry at all, so we're kind of helping them steer that path. We had, throughout the 22 years that I've been in business, when I first started, Handyman Matters had their own scheduling software. Then I think we changed to another one, and then, I don't know, probably, I think it was 2018, we switched to a new one. It didn't quite cover everything we needed, and then ServiceTitan came online for us. Gosh, I can't remember if it's 2 years or 3 years now. We'll just say 2. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's interesting being in the franchise for so long to see how quickly new businesses are growing because of the things that can be done in ServiceTitan and just all the different tools that come with it.
Yeah.
Did you investigate any other softwares when you were looking at ServiceTitan?
I think the franchise looked at a number of them.
You said you used a different software, like the in-between, right?
We were using something called Dispatch Me.
Okay. And this was like, by far much better for having to ServiceTitan versus that.
I mean, there's definitely a lot more to ServiceTitan.
Yeah.
And then just having Marketing Pro as part of it. I mean, I think there's so many functions we haven't even brought on board yet
Gotcha.
that are options.
How do you keep from like getting overwhelmed? I mean, we look at CRMs pretty often. I mean, there's, like you said, you can do almost anything. So how do you kind of manage that from being overwhelmed with like the sheer size of a platform that can virtually do anything?
Right. I feel like my favorite thing about ServiceTitan is there's like 6 ways to do everything. So I have one way of doing things. My husband has a different way of doing it. Our team in the office accesses stuff in a different way. So it's kind of really user friendly in that respect that, there's a lot of different ways to get something done, but I feel like that could also be overwhelming for some people.
Yeah.
And there's a whole back end of it that I don't even know about. That's like my husband deals with all that.
Gotcha.
Like price book. Couldn't even tell you how to get there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, kind of like segment it off to some degree. And
Right.
does it allow you to customize it, like for each individual user, customize kind of like that journey you can take for things?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. There's different user settings, what they have access to. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't imagine something better, honestly.
Wow, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Because of all the data and such, like I'm assuming you get a fair amount. Have you ever like used that or able to use that to find more profitable areas or new segments of the market that you haven't tried, or the opposite? I mean, you found things that you need to cut because it's not actually profitable because of it?
Yeah, I think it's really been useful in that regard. There are multiple dashboards you can look at that are preset. At least that's my understanding, that they're preset. I think in our tenants, we have like 10 different options. One is just an overall business dashboard. We can look and see how the people answering the phone are doing. We can look and see how the techs are doing. So there's a lot of different options of what you can look at. I think one of the first things we picked up on the main dashboard is there's a heat map of where we do work and what kind of revenue. Cool. And in that, I'd say in the first 6 months to a year, we could really see we were like making ourselves crazy, driving all over the place. So just focusing down and really working in zip codes that were profitable for us was probably the first change we made.
That's kind of a cool feature.
Yeah,
Like you
that
can,
is.
yeah, I would not have thought that would be like, most CRMs don't have that capability. It's really
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, it leads to another, I guess, good question is, of all the bells and whistles and all the features that ServiceTitan has, what's the one thing that you find yourself checking daily?
I think, so my favorite one, you can set it so that you can see if a client opens an estimate that you've sent to them, and then if they accept it, you also can get that notification.
Okay.
So just to have that email to see what people are looking at, if they have looked and if they've accepted it, that's probably one of my favorite things.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So if there's any smaller home service businesses that are listening today, that haven't scaled to the size of Ace Handyman yet, would you say that ServiceTitan is too large for them, or do you think they should sign up for a program that they can grow into and it has the tools to help get them there?
I think there's definitely programs along the way. Sometimes I even think, as a franchise, there's a lot of effort that has to go into this to make it work for everyone. So it is a time-consuming application or time-consuming software, especially for like someone who's on their own or maybe just 2 or 3 people. I think there's easier options along the way.
Okay, good.
But being a part of Ace and where they want to go and getting all of the home services integrated, there's a purpose there too.
Yeah.
Fair.
Was there a certain size at where you think like this would fit for like the average person or average like home service
Employee
industry?
count or revenue
Yeah.
or just sort of some sort of metric?
Yeah, I think if you're getting north of $1 million, then but it is also, we have advantages being in the franchise that we just have a different setup than most people would have.
Sure.
Yeah, you might get a discount or something like that
Right.
because they're buying whatever,
Yeah,
150 licenses.
150 seats
Right.
instead of, yeah.
Right, because I think for smaller companies, those seats can get expensive.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we've run into that a lot too with like even like HubSpot or like Salesforce, those type of like more generic ones they have. If you have 3 seats, it's a whole different story versus if your whole entire team of 25 people have seats.
Right.
That gets costly
Yeah,
quick.
so if, I know it's like there's a price per technician. So if you start getting up there with a number of technicians, it could be a lot.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
makes sense. I mean, kind of going on to like the scaling part. I mean, you said, this is definitely like ServiceTitan is a little bit for the bigger side. In us knowing each other for like a while has, being like kind of in like this software that allows you to see like the ins and outs of the business and like understand things more. Has that helped at all kind of, guide your business further, but also from like, from a business standpoint, like we're always like, having some type of self-doubt. It's always that roller coaster of emotion. Has all that data really kind of helped with that at all, you think?
I think the data definitely helps. And I think too with Marketing Pro being built right in there, 100 years or 20 years ago, not 100 years ago, I was using Constant Contact. So just to have all of that built in and not export from one software into another software, it does save time and makes things more efficient. There's in ServiceTitan, you can see if a customer is engaged in email. So you can literally see like which emails they've opened. You can see what has been clicked on. There's so much in there. I don't even think we've scratched the surface. I think the system does give me more confidence as an owner. It is very professional with on your way notifications and all of the things consumers hope to have these days. The guys, we've been off paper invoices for 10 years, so everything can really happen through their phones. There are some owners that will send them out with tablets too, but we just try and go with what our guys want. They don't want the extra thing to carry.
Right.
As far as confidence for me, I think that's always it's the entrepreneurial roller coaster for sure. There's definitely good days and bad days. They feel a little more extreme now than I'd say sub $1 million.
Okay.
But that's the thing I'm working on.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's also kind of scale, right? Like when you have a $2 million, $3 million business, the swings are bigger, but that's also,
Right.
You're doing bigger things, right? Versus if you're doing $500,000, your swings are smaller, but your whole
Right.
portfolio is smaller too.
Right.
Makes sense.
I guess, kind of as we talk about growing a business from $500,000 to $2 million, one of the hardest things to do is let go of some control while not letting go of quality. And just curious how you've found the ability to do that, or what useful tips, you've found of being able to let go of certain things that as a small business owner, you're intimately just in every day.
I think that was probably one of the biggest ones. I had feedback from clients that they loved that I would come out to see jobs. But as we were growing, our field supervisor said today, he's like, we have 15 jobs going today. Like, how do I physically get out and see each one of them? So that was probably the hardest, and I still struggle with it. I think part of what has helped me be successful is being a woman in this business. I think women can be a little bit more critical of work that's being done, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Mm-hmm. So just turning that over to other people has definitely been hard, but I'd say probably since 2015 have turned that over. But we were talking about it in our meeting this morning that we can't lose sight of this. Like, this is one of the biggest things that we can't let slip, because if we do, it shows.
Have you seen any increase in callbacks or any concerns? I guess getting the right team in place is really what makes the difference.
That might be a whole nother podcast, because I think one of the things that's challenging now with so many DIY shows, like everyone is a contractor.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone has a different opinion about how something should look or whether or not it was done right. And so that's just one of those battles we're always fighting.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. We were doing some like the research for our meeting with you. I found like one of like the hot topics was like whether or not you charge more for people that have DIY project mess ups versus like a traditional. Like if I had to come in and just fix your sink, it's one thing. But if I had to come in and try to fix the sink after you tried to
Right.
fix the sink, it's going to cost you more because you probably messed something up worse than it was before.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you might have just needed a new whatever, like the U pipe or whatever. But now it's like, you did this and you tried to like, move things and it just became this nightmare. So I could definitely, see, we all get,
We have dealt with that.
yeah, YouTube is a blessing and a curse for all of
Yes.
us. I mean,
Yep.
I know I've been there.
There's a great old meme in the auto industry that shows mechanics rates, and it says, if you use our parts, it's $100. If you bring your own parts, it's $150, and if you've already tried to fix it, it's $300.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's kind of the same thing as
Yeah.
cleaning up somebody else's messes.
Yeah.
Never cheap or easy.
No. Yeah, especially when you're the professional, it's it's easier if you just start from scratch and do it right from the get go,
Right.
versus the other way around.
Trust your contractor. That's my hashtag for today.
There you go. Yeah, I
Be
love
nice
that.
to your contractor and
Yeah.
trust them.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like you do this every day, right? Yeah. Versus the people like me where I had like our dryer and washer broke. I'm sitting there trying to like figure it out, and it's like I looked at a dryer one time in my life, and it was that time. That was the only time I tried to fix it.
Yeah,
but
you're not doing it again next week. And
Yeah,
the week
exactly.
After that, yeah.
Yeah, well, I did fix it one time before, I guess, but that was like also 5 years prior. So like every 5 years I get experience in that versus somebody that does, if you're installing cabinets or doing it, you do that every day, and you're learning how to do all that stuff.
Yeah, sometimes I have this like inner hothead, and I just want to say, but I show up at your job and tell you how to do it. Like,
Yeah.
just trust me.
Right.
Yeah.
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 You called us and hired us because you needed an expert.
Right.
Yeah. So if
Sounds like you're in marketing. It's always like the classic one there. Everyone knows how to do marketing. No one wants to do marketing.
right, exactly.
Yep.
So, I mean, what are along the same lines of scaling? I mean, going from like that $500,000 business that you once had to, I mean, you're over $2 million now. They always kind of say like, what gets you to one level doesn't get you to the next.
So true.
Do you think anything kind of was kind of stopping you as you were going, either personally or even from a business standpoint?
I think the biggest thing that I've battled the past few years, like I think I was prepared mentally and emotionally to get to $1 million. It was getting past there that's really surprised me. That sometimes I question, like, am I emotionally strong enough to deal with being the owner of this business? Because it's, especially now with Ace in our name, I think people just have a different attitude. And yeah, I mean, we want to make people happy, but again, sometimes it's hard to agree on what is acceptable work.
Do you feel like you had any systems in place at any point, like say when you were reaching $1 million, systems that you needed to get to $1 million that you had to then abandon to see yourself grow past that?
100%. And I think that's, 22 years in, I'm like, wow, basically we're just always making new systems. Like I've learned to accept that. I think the thing that's really helping me now is being able to use AI and just kind of talk to AI and say what I need and see what it gives me and then edit that instead of trying to create something from scratch.
Fair.
Yep.
Makes sense. You kind of touched on this a little bit too about, like you said, you're kind of doubting yourself if you're that business owner, like you're meant to be that person at this stage, like if you're meant to be that owner. Like, do you ever think that kind of a little bit of self-doubt and like maybe like imposter syndrome of some sort actually kind of helps you along the way?
Oh, I hear those words and I get it. And then I also live it.
Yeah.
And, getting a 1-star review on Saturday when I'm trying to take a break, it can be a lot,
Yeah.
and it's like, I think one of the biggest things I've always struggled with is we can have 100 5-star reviews, but that 1-star,
Yeah.
it still gets me in my guts. And
Yeah.
yeah.
that's the one that stings. Yeah, the 100,
Yeah.
the 100 5-stars are the expectation, and
Right.
then that one is all that matters.
Right.
Yeah, that's the one you hyper focus on.
So just, I feel like there's a lot of gratitude work I have to do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And I can tell if I'm not doing that because I'll be down in the dumps. So it's constant work.
Yeah.
So that's where I doubt myself because I'm like, anyone else would be fine with this. They just expect that some people are not going to be happy sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you ever think that kind of like forces you though to have like those, like you said, like systems that are constantly evolving? I mean, I think there's probably something there.
I think that's like the thing that I'm actually, like, I'm a really good problem solver. I'm a good problem solver and I'm really fair. Like, I can see both sides of the story. But I can also hear things pretty quickly and say, that's the thing we have to fix.
Okay.
And then put that into action. And that's
Yeah.
probably what's helped me be successful.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. So I guess thinking about 1-star reviews and kind of those unfortunate situations that come up, the handyman or the home service industry in general is well known for nickel and diming hourly rates and, really putting a burden on the business owner. How has your pricing model changed over the years to sort of adapt to the fact that, the nickel and diming and the callbacks and all of that sort of happens and is inevitable?
Well, it's funny because a few years ago, we raised our 1 hour and 2 hour to try and deter people from using it because it is our most expensive thing to do is to go out and do 1 or 2 hour jobs.
Right.
And my new motto, I'd say over the past 9 months, is every 1 hour job is really a 2 hour job. By the time the guy drives there, does the work, drives to the next job, it's at least 2 hours. Right. So we just raised the price on that again, and it's high. I think we probably should have gone higher, but people are still booking it. But there's, as small business owners, there's just so much pressure from so many directions, like between the price of gas and then in-home improvements. It's no secret that there aren't as many tradespeople as we need. I think Zuckerberg just was talking about that this week, that we need hundreds of thousands of people in the trades. So we need to pay our guys more.
Yeah.
Insurance is higher. Everything's higher. So.
Right. Well,
That's
it's
true across the board, right?
Yeah, well, one of the problems with like a 1 hour job is, from the customer's perspective, you're only coming for an hour.
Right.
So it shouldn't be, you don't know what their expectations are, but if they get a $400 bill for a 1 hour job, they're like, well, it was only 1 hour, but they
Right.
don't understand, again, travel, gas, insurance, everything else. Your costs are all the same.
Workers' comp.
Exactly. So when you take all those upfront costs to get, to deploy the technician there, and he's there for 5 hours, then that gets,
Yes.
spread out over more billable hours versus
Yeah.
one. And so, some of that kind of becomes an expectation on the customer's part that you have to try and manage somehow. Like, we can come out for an hour, but this is not going to be, what you think.
It's not going to be $50.
Yeah, you're not paying your neighbor $50 to come over and,
Yeah.
patch a drywall hole or whatever
Right.
it is.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That kind of goes back to what we talked about last podcast too, where we talked about like value pricing versus like hourly pricing, and how like value pricing, like the 1 hour job type of thing, like, you're paying also for that expertise. Like, yes, it takes them an hour to maybe like fix your faucet, but it would take, someone like me that's inexperienced, like 6 and 2 Home Depot runs, just because it, takes you 45 minutes doesn't mean I should pay you less for what saves me ultimately 6 hours and swearing at the the sink and
Right.
all of that.
Watching YouTube 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, there's always that kind of tough battle there too, especially for those small jobs. I feel like.
Yeah.
For me personally, and you can ask my wife, it's always, I get 90% of it done, and I'm like, oh, it's good. And then you don't put that last trim piece back on or whatever that sits around for weeks. And so having somebody that finishes the job
Yes.
100% before they leave
Yeah.
is, at this point in my life, worth it.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think maybe some of us have to get to this age because even now, I mean, sometimes that's what keeps me in the business. I'm like, oh, we'd have to do all our own work again.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And trust me, we have some unfinished drywall patches in our own house.
Yeah.
Fair. I have crown molding for a kitchen I did 3 years ago that's not up yet that I hear
Right.
about every chance I get.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I still have some quarter round from when we first installed flooring 8 years ago. Like it's underneath like the cabinets. I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like someday.
Yeah.
At this point, they probably don't even make the matching quarter round, but whatever. You know?
That's the project you'll do before you move.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly,
When you go to
yeah.
put the house for sale, you're
Right.
like, oh, I better finish this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that
exactly.
point too, I figured we're probably gonna need new flooring anyway. So just like I'll just wait until then. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like, I can justify it. yeah.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you and I've always joked about having that. The business was like the last 10%. Like, I have like
Yeah.
a handyman
Right.
business. It's called
The
yeah.
final 10%.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's
a great idea.
Wives can call it to come finish
Yeah.
the 10% that their husband didn't do.
Right.
Yeah.
I've actually toyed in the past with doing marketing around improving marriages. Like we're marriage improvement specialists.
There you go.
Yeah.
But the guy said that could put him in a tricky
You
situation.
should just
so.
put a line item on your invoice that says therapy, $0.
Right.
Yeah.
Like free therapy, $0.
Yeah, I could see that going badly. If like you're the marriage counselor, and you
Yeah.
show up and it's like it's like the milkman, but it's the Ace Handyman guy shows up to fix your marriage.
Yep. It could be a good commercial though.
It could be, yeah, yeah, it definitely could be. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun one to shoot and make for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I've done stuff where it's like, you've been asking for 6 months, now you can get it done, or
yeah,
Right.
one of those, something along those
perfect.
lines. Yeah.
yeah. I think I saw something of yours too for Father's Day. I think you posted something about that. Where like giving like the Father's Day off or something
Yeah, let
like
your
that.
dad
Was that
take- Oh,
the
yeah.
Let
promotion you
dad take
did?
the day off.
Yeah,
Yep.
go get stuff done for him. I feel like that is like the traditional like.
Dads need love too.
That's right. Yeah. The other thing we kind of touched on a little bit actually was like AI for you. So one of the kind of controversial things I know in the market as a whole is really whether or not you use AI in general, but whether or not you're using AI for like measurements for jobs and like especially like quoting. Like, are you using right now any type of like AI tools for measurements or quoting at the moment?
I think that's probably one of our biggest areas to get with the times, for sure. I still will go out with my tape measure and my pencil and my graph paper to do a bathroom estimate instead of utilizing, like the measuring app on your phone. Like, I don't see myself ever getting there. But as far as using software to help us with estimates, that's something we've been talking about. And then I actually just tested it with AI, and it can be done with AI. So I don't know if we're going to take on another software. That's one of the other things in the franchise that, there's 30 different tools we're using. So always trying to minimize the tools because that can be overwhelming.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the nice things too about like something like ServiceTitan, where it gives you one tool that you can use for all kinds of different things. I know that it's always been a battle, even for us. I mean, we're trying to move away from that, where we're making our own versions of things like that, just to have one sole place of reference instead of you have to open this to do this and go here for that, and yeah, it can be a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're doing this one thing, you got to use one specific, app over here. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, even in the franchise, like we're using Monday.com for stuff. We have a place where all the training videos live. That's a different website. So it's like if you see the tree of everything, it's like,
Yeah.
wow, it takes a lot to do all that.
Yeah, for sure.
So the more we can minimize is always my goal. So I think I uploaded like 3 deck estimates of ours into one of the AI platforms and asked it to give me an estimate with the pictures from what needed to be replaced, and it was pretty accurate.
Now, do you still need to do takeoffs from the plans or like measurements that you have to manually input into that, or do you just upload the
I
pictures and
think
it automatically?
I told it, it was like 10 by 20 ground level. Here's the picture, and it asked great questions. So I was pretty impressed. Even our older guy who's doing the estimates was like, wow, that saves a lot of time.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
ever see a time in the future you think where AI will be as easy as stand in somebody's backyard, open your camera or whatever, take a picture and it automatically measures and kind of does it all
I
to some
think
degree
that's
for you?
happening now. I don't know if we're ready to be there. Yeah.
I don't know if the world's ready for that, but
Yeah.
Yeah, especially from the consumer side. I think that's going to be the biggest challenge. I think that ultimately will be the future. When that will be, I don't know, but like that I could go on, take a picture of my deck and be like, hey, I need these things fixed, and it'll just give it to you.
Give you a quote on
Yeah, give you a
I
quote.
think you could do that today.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's impressive, really. I mean,
And
it's-
it would probably go so far as to tell you some providers.
really.
Yeah. If you asked it, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've
but-
not tried that.
No, I'll have to try it though. Yeah, definitely have to see what that would be like. I mean, I know I've done it for like question when I was trying to repair my dryer and such. You know, and asked it a bunch of questions, and it was like, well, this is how much you're gonna approximately spend, and that's when we decided we just needed a new dryer because for half the price of a new dryer, we could
Yeah.
fix the one we had for 8 years, and it's like, okay, well, move on to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I know in the roofing industry especially, there's been I think it's called Eagle View, or there's some software they've been using for years that uses satellite photography to
Right, yeah.
to estimate roofs and stuff. But I've talked to roofers who have quoted jobs that way without ever physically going and signed contracts, and then got there to find out that imagery's not updated, something was wrong. They're 10 squares short on their estimate or
Right.
whatever, and that ends up being a sunk cost that they eat. So I think that's a tough line to walk as technology evolves, and trying to figure out the checks and balances to make sure it's accurate before you quote a job without ever being there, and then show up to do the work to find out that something was misrepresented.
Yeah. I think for us, we'll be human plus AI plus human. You know what I mean?
AI
Like-
is the aid.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
too,
I mean, for years, even like if someone calls and they're like, "Oh, we want our whole house power washed," for years we've used Google Earth to get our eyes on the house, see if there's any like weird drop-offs. So we've been doing stuff like that for a long time, but I don't think we're ever gonna remove human factor from measuring.
Fair.
yeah. Yeah, I think too, again, it's tough. I mean, the Google satellite images and stuff like that are good, but I know for like roofing, we were talking to somebody and like the big issue was like pitch, where like you can't tell
Yeah.
Right.
necessarily how
Steep the roof is.
steep the roof is, and that can make the measurements completely different, and also the complexity of it. If you have
Yeah,
a really
make
steep
it a lot
roof,
harder to install.
yeah, exactly. So then your price
Well,
can
and
change.
if you don't walk around back and see that, it's 3 stories or even 4 stories from
Right.
the back,
Sure.
it's like a whole,
Yeah, you look at the front elevation of a house from street
Right.
view, and it looks like it's 1 story tall, and you go around back, and it's got an exposed basement
Right.
on a pool deck or something.
right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
Yeah. And
Makes
suddenly
sense.
your guys are 40 foot in the air instead of 10. That makes a big difference.
it does.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that'll be ultimately what we'll have to have at some point. Is AI will always be just this tool, not necessarily the complete replacement. And I think that'll be the biggest challenge for the consumer side too. Like if you had like an Ace thing where someone could take a picture and get a live quote, schedule everything like that, it's going to be really a rough estimate because of that. Because yes, they said it was it's a simple
Right.
roof, and here's the picture. And then the next thing you know, it's really 3 stories, or it just changes everything.
Yeah.
But then as a consumer, you just don't know the difference.
Yep.
So I think I agree with Erin right now. Use all the technology as an aid to help
Yeah.
you do things easier and faster, but certainly not at the point yet where you can rely on them to do it for you.
Yeah, like I haven't tried doing a bathroom estimate in there yet. And I know that there's companies that go out and do an estimate on the spot. I don't know that we're ever going to be that company.
Fair.
I think for me, it's a smart business decision to sit down and think about it and think through each step and not rush that process.
Right. Well, and hearing you say that single 1-star review is what really eats away at you, that
Yeah.
makes sense for you to be there and put your hands on it. And the other companies that maybe rely more on technology are, probably seeing slightly higher recall, callback numbers. Or
Right.
I would guess that,
Yeah.
certain things that can't be accounted for that come up that end up affecting the relationship or the project. So, and I think your focus is definitely right there to get those 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think is more of like a testament to of like your need for high quality.
Right.
Whereas some of those like bigger ones where they can fudge a little bit here and there. If the AI is not 100% right, it's okay. It is what it is. But they want it. They just need speed. They need quick estimates. Need it now. Need to make the process as fast as possible. Whereas
There might be more margin in there.
could be. The faster is more margin, right? If you can have them take a picture and just slap it up there and get your estimate measurement in 15 minutes. I know some are trying to move towards like a single session quoting where you can go out and you can measure everything, give you a 100% quote. You can pick colors, you can do everything for that bathroom and redo it right there instead of being, you go out there, measure, a couple of days later, get your quote, then you can pick options and take the process. It can be a 20-minute conversation instead, and you have your pricing and make a decision, which I think makes a big difference for sure.
Yep. So next up, we're doing a segment called WTF.
What's that for?
What's that for?
Sarah brings
So I brought this special tool to see if I could stump John and John. Any guesses?
Stump John and John, maybe one of the Johns being me. The immediate thing I think of is like roofing something.
Okay.
Because I don't know, I feel like it's what you would need. Either that or like woodworking. It's also a little dusty.
I
It's
definitely
super
think
dusty.
I definitely think it's for woodworking, personally.
I think so.
I do.
So is that guess number one?
I don't know that that would be guess number one, but
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have no idea what it's for. I guess it could be like leveling too or something. It looks like it has like nails of some sort. Is
Yeah.
that what those are? Little nails.
Mm-hmm.
It says top.
I am
That's the
willing.
top.
I am willing to take the first guess,
Go for it.
unless you'd like to.
No,
I think it has to do something with routing hinges for doors.
100%. Too easy.
It's not too easy, but you just got to think around what would a handyman use that has 3 evenly spaced
I still don't understand
rectangular
what that means.
options? What do you mean?
So you put it that way and then it's a door?
Yeah, and then you run a router in the holes to reset your hinges, like door hinges.
Oh, I see it now. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Still, you even told me what it was for. I still had no idea how you use that. Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah. So you put okay. I got it now.
Man, you're 0-2 so far.
I'm gonna be like 0 and 100.
That's
if I get it, it's gonna be rough.
I have never seen one of those, but
Yeah.
I can definitely
sitting
think
here
where that would come in handy.
At
Pretty
first, I
cool.
was sitting here thinking like you hold it like this for like roofing or something like that, and it's like this bar and it measures out the difference between like shingle patches or something. I don't know. That's where I went immediately.
Stick with marketing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. I'll stick to what I know. Yeah.
Where's that button?
Right. Yeah. The wall.
Yep, exactly.
We can hit that.
You did not do me proud.
There it is, the sad trombone.
Nice.
Well, thank you for bringing that
Yeah,
in.
thank you.
Oh,
That's
sure.
pretty cool.
That is a pretty specialized tool. I have never seen one of those.
That's the second door hinge related thing too.
That is.
Yeah.
Yeah, last week we had.
Oh, really?
Well, last week, or on the last episode, I brought it was a picture of a hinge adjusting tool. So it
Okay.
goes over the barrel of the hinge. So
Oh,
you can
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
move the hinge and
Nice.
get things lined up right. And
Very
he did
cool.
not know. I forget what he thought it was, but he was nowhere close.
Would
No,
I know
thought,
what
I thought
that
it was
means?
for holding like pegs of like when you're doing like chairs or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah. He thought it was
because
for-
it had like two like little holes. And I was
You
like,
put,
oh,
like,
okay, you
dowel
put,
rods through it or
Yeah, you put the
something?
dowel rods
Wow.
through it so they're evenly spaced or something. You know?
Gotcha.
That's why we don't do woodwork with John.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. That's why you don't want me fixing stuff for you. because-
Whole new podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we could make probably a whole video of me trying to fix things.
Right.
That'd be funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to have a comedy / like horror.
So, did you want to do the other one too? So we have 2 of them? She brought 2 tools just in case.
What's it say? It says hold. Does it say mm?
Millimeters?
Millimeters? Yeah, I couldn't say if it's mm or
Well,
like m
yeah, I
something.
can't see it, but if it says mm, that'd be switching units of measurement.
Yeah. Huh. If it says mm, I'm assuming it's measurement of some sort.
Yes. It's a very specific thing.
Very specific thing.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea?
I mean, I'm not sure what the specific thing is, but it's definitely what would normally be referred to as a digital caliper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Measuring the outside diameter of something.
Yeah. But what it's for?
I mean, technically, it could measure a coffee can or
Could.
anything.
Yep.
But
What is it? Is it for so you put the thing in the inside of it?
you put it between the points at the end.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you put like you said like a can. I was thinking you put like
No,
the grip around the can, and I was like, oh, okay, like, that's different. Didn't think of that. Yeah, I thought it was.
So we replace a lot of window sashes.
Oh, okay.
So we can use that to measure the thickness of the 2 panes of glass
Okay.
without removing everything.
That would
That
make
makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that way it goes out and around the frame of
Yep.
it. Huh. Yeah, I guess
Very
that would
nice.
be a challenge because you wouldn't. How do you measure that otherwise?
Yeah.
Yeah, not easily.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of math. And,
A lot of guessing.
yeah, you got to measure the outside, measure the
Yeah, you got to
inside.
measure
yeah.
the frame thickness, then measure from the frame into the glass. And
Yeah.
do some traction.
That's how I would have done it.
You just type all those numbers into AI, and it gives you a number.
That's right.
Right.
See?
Yeah.
Solving
And
problems.
it would probably be wrong. It'd be just as good as I do. And that's why you pay people like Ace Handyman to do it.
Exactly.
They have the tools and the technology.
That's very true.
Yeah. I love it. Well, thank you. Yeah, I definitely would not have got that. I mean, I would have got the measurement part, but specifically for glass,
Yep.
no.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't
Never
have guessed what they
would've.
were specifically for, but
Yeah. It makes sense, though. Kind of looks like pincher bugs.
yeah.
We had our Helgramites, like the Dobson
yeah.
fly.
Yeah.
The big
Yuck.
old teeth on those things.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that, too. Well, thank you again, Erin. I really appreciate you taking the time to meet with us and talk about all the wonderful things that, Ace Handyman, and especially the ServiceTitan, and how you've all really used that to really grow your business. Really hope you all the best success, but I'd love to, if you have any final closing words for us or the people out there. I mean, if you want to give a little quick pitch about you,
A
more than
quick
welcome.
pitch about me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to talk to anyone who's trying to grow. I love seeing other people succeed. So if someone's in that $100,000 to $300,000 range, or just getting to $500,000, and you just don't know what to do next, I'm here for you. I'm happy to help. So thank you for having me.
for being here.
Glad you've been released from the closet.
Every now and again.
Every now and then.
Schaefer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The elusive Schaefer. That's right. It's only been like years, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
been about 3 years since you've heard about him but never met him.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I hope I did not disappoint.
Nope, not at all.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. It's beta.
Thanks again for joining us today, Erin. We're out of time. Make sure you don't text and drive. And
Stride guys out.
We really did do that.
We
Wow.